Hello everybody, it's AV Kid here, and this is vlog 2 or day 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. So, I'm going to stop talking like this right now because it kind of hurts my voice. So, I was just thinking that I want to talk about learning sport or anything like that today, and I'm kind of having a stretch. So, I don't know what to talk about. I have a few ideas, but they're basically just going to be rambling on. So I think I'm going to post something along the lines of me talking about my favorite video game. I know this is really talk, or now I'm going to do probably talk about my day for the first half of this video or so, and then I'm going to talk about something really excited about and passionate about games. Just the fact, I don't know, nothing's really happened today so far. So on church for like the first time in excuse me, a year. That's kind of exciting, but also nervous a little bit. I go to the First Baptist Church in Pittston. Really cool church. I went today. It's awkward as hell, but it is definitely a good experience. And I'm gonna start going to church more often. Things like that. Today is a hayride that I'm going on, and since at 4, I'm gonna be up there at 4, and because right now I'm filming this at like 12:30ish. That's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be fun. But it's really like I said with that, I might film something after it because hey, shit might happen. I don't know. So talking about church is really inspiring and good. I probably don't want to talk about much of that just for the fact it's really religious, kind of, so to speak. And I know I will start talking about shit like deep into my life, but I don't know. Not right now. Nah. It's only day 2, so nothing's really going on in my life. My parents left to go see my grandfather. He lives, I think, a half hour away from us, so it's somewhat of a drive. Today is Sunday, so I have school tomorrow, which is it's gonna be bad. I have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a dot, and it's like, yeah. So it's like wake up at 6, and I have to be ready by 6:45 because by the time I get out the door and shit like that, it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe 6:50 by the time I finally get out the door and it's football. Because my bus driver is insane. He likes to pick us up, from our first bus actually. He likes to pick everyone up at 7:50, or sorry, not 7:50. Sorry, 7 o'clock. So that really means that so I get the bus at 7. I mind you, I'm the last stop that he gets. So yay. Sorry, I'm the last stop. So I have to take that to Wyoming area or my home school. Sorry about my coughing. But then I have to wait a good half hour for my other bus to come and pick me and all the other tech kids up. I have to take that bus for a good 20 minutes just to get to the school. And by then, I'm rushing like hell because my bus driver is always late. And in my school, we have a thing called 2 minutes. So basically, it's basically 2 minutes before our broadcast starts, and that's basically when homeroom officially begins. I usually start. Homeroom is weird for us at Tech because usually kids are getting in on homeroom, unlike normally where kids are usually in school waiting to get to homeroom. Not, with us, it's like the first 10 minutes of homeroom is just kids actually coming from their buses and different things like that. Just for the fact that most kids from VoTech actually take the bus, because some kids have outrageous distances that they have to go. On Friend, normally for a car ride, it's like a half hour away from my school. For me, it's a good 15-minute drive with a car. So it's not that far of a distance, but it's not like you could walk that every day. So most of us have to. So most of the kids take a bus because it's weird timing. Most parents wouldn't, be, oh, I'm gonna have to go for this blah time. So most kids take the bus. Mine's one of the Mine's one of the farthest buses because we take all the way from the Falls Bridge, if you know where that is, we take all along the area. So he begins at the Falls Bridge and ends at the high school for the first set of stops. Then he has along the way from the high school he takes, I think 4 stops plus of that. So it's a good 20-minute bus ride for me. So I spend 50 minutes for the first part of my day waiting and taking the bus. Okay, then when I get home, school, I'm basically rushing like hell to get everything, because most of the time I'll miss broadcasts. Just like I'll be right in store and it'll be like the pledge. Luckily the school doesn't count you late until first period starts, so that's a good thing. So since first period doesn't, your first period teacher basically takes, it's kind of like last minute role, you're pretty much okay. But for the first week of school, all the buses were late because they're trying to figure out schedules. So I think most of the time school didn't start until like second period. Kids were just, you'd have kids coming in from like 8:30. It wasn't their fault, it's the bus, because the bus driver has to figure out, you're adding more kids each year to it from all grades, so it's kind of hectic. The drive home from the bus is an hour for me. That sucks, because he does drop you off by your house. That's one good thing about it. So how it works is the buses will usually drop you off at the nearest main road. And what I mean by main roads are just roads that you can usually see bus on. So you can see I think 2-lane roading. And in some cases he does have to take 1-lane roading. And it's wide enough for a bus. Usually he doesn't go down residential streets, as I say, unless they're bigger residential streets. Can't. So it's weird. There's a street called Exeter Ave. It's a 2-lane street that tractor trailers go down, so to speak. So for him, it's nice to go up it. So luckily, I'm one of those kids who the house, I'm right by residential street, so he luckily can drop me off very close to my house. Some kids I know have to take a 5-minute walk just for the fact that it's all residential, But I don't know, I'm kind of lucky. I'm one of the last kids off my bus, so I think I'm the 7th kid off, 7th to last kid off the bus. So it's just like 6 kids, and then they're all the way up in Harding. And if you don't live in my area, I'm sorry, because you probably don't get any of this. But it's really just weird as hell. And it's a long day for me, because if you really want to say it, I technically start, with traveling, school will start at 7, with traveling, all that shit, 7 to 3:30, because that's usually when I get home. But yeah, grade. So when you're in grade school, you used to get out that time. Well, that's the time I'm officially getting home there. It's weird, crazy, and somewhat fun. Tech is worth the drive though, for me, in my opinion. A lot of kids can't stand that. It's the only thing I hate about tech. Which I know, once I get my driver's license, I think a year and a half away for me, that I'm definitely going to start driving that instead of taking the bus. I love my bus driving, but yeah, I'd rather just have a half-hour commute all together in one day instead of a freaking hour and a half commute for over, no, more than an hour and a half, like a 2-hour commute plus including waiting times. And plus the fact that you're just like rushing to get to the bus. And I do not know how kids who are like halfway across the building get to it because the buses are just like, I don't know, they wait like 5 minutes and that's it after the bell rings. Which you think's a lot of time, but for getting into your locker, which usually takes 3 minutes, to like rushing down the halls. Good thing is my locker is right by the entrance to the school, so for me it's just get out of it. My class is right next to it. So I got really lucky. How Votech works within that scenario though is that your last period class is where your locker is located. I think that's really cool instead of where your homeroom is located. So the freshmen and sophomores at Tech are usually by the academics part, and then all the juniors and seniors are usually by their shop that they take. So it's really unique how they do it, in my opinion. It's kind of better though, because you really do, it's not like, oh, you're starting by freshmen or sophomores. You know what I mean? You're just kind of having a mix of people. Another thing I like a lot about Tech is that your lunch is not like specifically grade material. So you have lunch A and B and C, which are the 3 lunches. On lunch B, and you have kids from freshmen to seniors in one lunchroom. It gets kind of hectic, but it's kind of that fun hecticness. I don't know, because you always kind of get the sense of that these people that you're in your lunch with, you're going to be with a long time. Because your lunches don't really change, especially for, depending on like your shop, like multimedia. Kids have said that, I think, out of 40 kids in multimedia, 37 of them take lunch B. So that's, there's a lot of multimedia kids in my shop. So, I don't know, lunch is, I don't know. Tell me, you guys, or tell me if you're watching this from another school. How big is your lunch class? Because mine's probably about 200 students, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of high volume. It's probably 150 kids in lunchroom. Which is that a lot? I don't know. I'm just rambling on. So it looks like I didn't have to talk about video games today because the video's already going on 13 minutes. I might do 2 uploads today just because I want to talk about games. So how about that? So I think I'm going to see you guys on Monday if I decide to record a video game video today. See you in the next video. Okay. Bye-bye.